Hello everybody and welcome back to another Middlesex tree video. Today we're working right down the street from where I grew up in East Haddam, Connecticut. We could call today a rotten day, and I'm talking about the trees. They're rotten. We need to do some serious work to make this house safe again. Look at the tops of those trees. They're completely dead. We've got Dave the Man Perzan on the job with us today, so let's listen in to what him and the guys have to say.
I'm gonna have to move to the oak anyway. Yeah. So I was thinking about setting up somewhere right in here to blow these ashes out and land down there. Because the further back I get, the more they gotta come out. You know, now like all this noise, if I set up back here, try to get more on the flat. You know, all this in the way now, like this twin and that one. So if I can
what we could do is maybe Steve can hop up on the back of your truck and reach that with a pole saw and just trim that out the way, and then that oak will probably take.
Yeah.
I'll go double check with him, but I know we talked about that.
All right. But yeah, I'm thinking about putting the back of the crane
right there.
Like
Okay.
right here.
So I'll pull up with the nose of my truck pretty tight to you.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's what I was just.
Can you land over in that yard back there? Can you be landing blind?
If
but
I
it's
set
almost
up
short.
there, yeah, but I'm just looking at if I could set up
It's a
here,
tough setup there.
Yeah.
with the nose of the crane going down there, it'd be a hell of a lot easier for me to set up right here.
He's like,
Yeah.
bro, I'm throwing down 4 pads and jacking this bitch up.
But
like up there.
This is in the way. This would have to come out this leaner, and then I wouldn't be able to land over here because my truck's gonna be here. So
Yeah.
So that's my question. Could you lower
I
right
could-
in front of that big maple,
I could definitely land right here. Yeah.
and they could take it out
Yeah.
by that sapling and just keep the dinkus on the left side, you know? So, you want to do that? Is that better for you?
That'd be a lot better for me. Yeah.
Are you gonna go over to the side enough that I can slip by you? Could I just back up to there and wait, or do I need to get right out of it?
I could. Yeah. Before I put my allergies out, you could see.
I'll go here, you go past me, then I'll
Yeah.
scoot up there, so I'm up on this side, and then you can jockey around, right?
Let's get the trucks in place and get them set up. Initially, Dave was going to pull his truck in the driveway, but now he's going to back out onto the main road and then back into the driveway to set himself up to make the proper picks. Chaw and Bert are going to watch the road for him, and Willie is going to guide him in. Take notice of how high this truck is off the ground. Now let's get a little knowledge from Derek about identifying a couple trees that look alike but have significant differences.
Yep, I want to explain the difference between a walnut and a butternut tree. The leaves look the same, and I've heard a lot of tree guys and arborists actually say it's hard for them to tell the difference between the trees without the nuts, which it's easy to tell with the nuts because they are oblong. On a butternut, it's an oblong nut like a football or an egg, not a golf ball like a walnut. The leaves are pretty much the same, but the other difference for me is the color of the bark. Soon as I see those leaves, the gray bark rather than the brown bark, a walnut has a browner bark, and the butternut is almost always like a lighter gray. Similar looking bark and pattern, but gray bark, oblong nut on a butternut, and a brown bark with a round nut on a walnut.
Here we go. Let's start making some cuts. These trees have all different kinds of ivy growing all over them today, including poison ivy. And actually, the plan was for Chaw and Derek to come out here several days earlier and cut all of the ivy off of them so we could free up some time today because there was that much of it. You could see how much these trees here are leaning towards the house, and you can even see this one right here that Derek is working on has fallen over, but luckily it was held up by another tree, or else it would have went through the roof. We've got a very small gap through the trees here today that Dave is going to feed the leaders through with the crane and pass them off to Willie, who's on the other side with the dingo. Here's something you don't see every day. This tree is so rotten at the bottom that it didn't even need to be cut with the chainsaw. Dave was actually able to pull it right out of the ground. Would you look at that? This is just another great reason why you should have a true tree professional come out and properly analyze the trees so you can have a better idea on what's going on with them. Earlier, I said to take note of how high the truck is off the ground. Well, at this point, almost all 14 wheels are off the ground. Here we are, just a handful of picks in, and you can already start to see the side of the house. What a relief already. Here you can see the hole that Dave is passing the leaders through to Willie. And look at the poison ivy on that tree. It's covered in it. Derek and Dave are going to come up with a plan for the next few cuts. And just like that, we've already got this side of the house cleaned up. It's nice to see some sun on this area, and it's going to breathe much nicer now, letting some more wind through it. And now it's on to this red oak that's leaning over the house. You can see from this shot here that if this baby goes down, it's going to crush. Now let's get on the GoPro and watch some action.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I haven't tied these too much, so it's just around.
Yep, and you connect them, and then the bolt is going to be against,
right?
on the side that doesn't run. You want the running side in that loop. Yep, and then you want them inside, just like you're tying a double of anything. Spin the shackle.
Spin that?
Yep, there
Okay.
you go.
The running side, I gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
The same thing, you're just going to face that one this way, tie it same way, same height. Then rappel, and I might get rid of this maple before you come back up, just because it's kinked and leaning toward the guy's house and there's a hole in it.
What's really nice about having Dave's crane out with us today is that this good size red oak doesn't need as much cuts as we might normally have to do. We can knock out some pretty good chunks off of it, and Dave is able to handle them with ease. Here we have our last cut of this red oak. My dad had actually stopped by the job today because he still lives just a few minutes away, and he couldn't believe how these guys can handle these trees. It didn't take them more than 45 minutes to get this tree totally down. Jordan, who is a local business owner, took our fire logs from us today, which saved us so we didn't have to drive them too far. Amanda brought us a beautiful lunch today. We had some beef with gravy and some beef with au jus sauce and some nice apple and pear crisp, which I got to bring home, and my daughter loved it. Let's get that roof clean, let's get all the big logs into place so we can get everything out of here, and let's chip up the last of the debris. There was a lot of debris on the ground from the dead trees after we were all said and done, but when we left, it looked like nobody was there except for the fact that the house was breathing and seeing sun again. We'll see you next time.